everyone, on this 5th day of February. Since I'm sort of in a roundabout way having these vlogs sort of to do with like Valentine's Day or love or, you know how Valentine's Day is associated with everyone has to go out to dinner on Valentine's Day because that's the only day apparently you can love someone. Well, we all know that's just commercialism. I won't say that I'm pretty sure it was in my first marriage. I don't remember. Trying to forget the second mistake there. But I remember we always went out to dinner. Not always. If we went out to dinner for Valentine's Day, which I don't think we really went out a lot because, I think we never went out alone for Valentine's Day. I'm sure we went out sometime to dinner alone. But on Valentine's Day, we always took the kids. But we went a week, like the weekend before or a week before. We never went on that day, knowing all the people who just think you can love your Valentine only on that day will be in the restaurant. But anyhow, just trying to think of, the thought just came to me. I have some vlogs all ready to go and shorts. Make sure to watch my shorts. No, not the ones I wear. The short videos. But they're all about Valentine. Like I was at a store once and I was just filming the things that are out for Valentine's Day. Just ideas, if you need something for your Valentine. But anyhow, I started thinking after I'm going to tell you what this vlog is about, started thinking I should think of love-themed things. Just because, why not, right? So, as it was, last night I had a dream, a very vivid, and it felt like a long dream. I woke up, I think, 3 times from sleeping. And I don't really sleep long, but last night or the other night, whenever it was, I seem to have slept longer than usual. But I remember waking up 3 times, but only the 3rd time I woke up, like I had such a vivid dream, it felt real. So I will share my dream. If anyone knows about, I know there's some people or whatever, they, I don't know if the word is analyze dreams, like, your dream means something. So anyhow, this was my dream. And so when I woke up the 3rd time from my sleep, and it was like, it felt so real. Have you ever had a dream, you wake up and you felt like it really happened? Well, that's what happened to me. So, I don't know, with having me wake up, and it seemed like it was long dream. I must have slept quite a bit. I don't remember how long, but I probably slept more than I usually. I don't sleep a lot. I have insomnia for a long time. But anyhow, so in this dream, I was at a it was a restaurant, and it started out that my mom and I were there with my best friend and her mom, and we were waiting. And you know how I don't know if you ever gone to Friendly's. We haven't had a Friendly's here in forever, but if you know what a Friendly's, I don't know if you call it a restaurant. It's like it's an ice cream parlor, but they serve food. I wonder if they always serve food, or did it start out just ice cream? I'm sorry, I cleared my throat. But anyhow, if you know how the booths are, booth, B-O-T-H, they're kind of like padded, right? So is that kind of seat, or any booth, I should say, I guess. I was going to say like in a diner. I don't know. I haven't been out to eat in so long. I don't even know, and I don't even know what's left around here. Everything's closing. I just actually read about bed and bath closed, Christmas tree store closed. Tuesday mornings, I've never been in. One of my sons used to shop there a lot. I don't even know what they had. I always just wanted to go look. That's closed. I'll do another video about that stuff. But anyhow, so any kind of, I remember once we went to a diner and it had those kind of padded booths. So I guess a booth seat is kind of padded. So anyhow, there was a waiting area where you sit on, like it's like a bench, but it was padded, and the back was padded. So we were sitting there, and my friend and her mother was on one, and my mom and I were on the other one. And I was laying down, but I was laying down because I had a headache, horrible headache. And when I woke up the 3rd time, I have a horrible headache. How weird is that? So that relationship to my dream, I don't like because this is a horrible headache. So anyhow, but I got a feeling it's going to be my sinuses. I don't know. I hope not. We haven't been out in the elements, so I'm not sure why it would be, but let's hope not. But anyhow, so in my dream, I was like laying down in the padded bench, we'll call it. Now, I've never done that in real life, and I used to suffer from horrible migraines, so that's kind of odd. But as I was thinking about my dream, I didn't think it was odd. I was just like going through my dream in my mind. So anyhow, I was laying down, and then this bench kind of turned into almost like, well, I don't know, but I'm imagining now when I'm retelling it, the bench must have been like the back part. It reminds me now that I'm retelling it must have been like a futon back. You know, like a futon it could be like, not really a couch, but it's got a bottom and it's got a back so you could sit. But when you sleep, you take the back part, I think you push it a little forward and then back. My daughter wanted a futon, and of course, whatever she wanted, her daddy bought her. So she had a futon, and I really never looked at it close enough, believe it or not, because once she got it, she was at the age where do not enter her room. That could be a whole nother video. But anyhow, so like that, you kind of fold it forward. And I remember my mom buying someone's couch. It was someone she knew, so it wasn't, she knew it was good, well taken care of. But it was a couch like that, I believe, but I almost think it's the bottom part you clicked up to the top and it went into like a bed. So this booth in my dream with the padded seat and the padded back must have had that thing. And all of a sudden, next thing I know, I could feel someone against my back. And so my mom's sitting there and she says, "How's your headache?" I says, "It's terrible. I don't think I'm going to be able to eat." And back then, at the age, well, actually, I don't know what age I was now in the dream. No, I was a different age. I was older, like in my 20s. But my mom and I had never gone to a restaurant or anything like it in my 20s because I got married very early and started having kids. So I was not going anywhere, anything that didn't have to do with kids, or my kids weren't with me. So what a wild dream. But anyhow, I felt like someone laying behind, I could feel someone behind my back. But my head hurt so much I didn't want to look up. And then someone must have sat up because I could feel someone moved away from my back. And they said, "Hi, it's Sandy, right?" And I said, "Yeah. Who are you?" And all I knew is my head was banging and throbbing. If you've ever had a bad headache, which is happening now, I can't even believe I can even talk. But I had to share this dream. It's so vivid and intense, and I haven't had these kind of dreams in forever. So anyhow, he says, "Don't you remember me?" And then he said, I won't say the name because, you got to be careful on the tube here. But anyhow, it was the name of my grammar school. And as soon as he said his name, I do not remember in the dream his first name, but I do remember the last. And again, I won't say it because who knows if people from my past are watching this. And I knew exactly when he said who he was. So I was in my 20s when this in my dream was happening. I said, "Oh yeah, hi, how are you?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I have a terrible migraine. I can't even lift my head up." And you know what? It almost had, you know how a bench has like a handle at each end? So I think I was like not laying down like a bed, like I had my head laying on the handle part. Okay, so that's how it was in my dream. I'm trying to give you a visual. So he says, "I remember you very well." And then all of a sudden my friend got this real mean look on her face and whispered something in her mother's ears, and her mother started yelling at me. "Don't you talk to him. You have no right to talk to him." And I'm like, oh my God, my head is pounding. And her mother was one that talked a lot and loud. Not saying it's a bad thing. Her mother, I loved her mother to pieces. She was the greatest thing. Man, if you had a problem, she was around now. Oh boy, this situation of our lives right now, my son and I, wouldn't be this way. Believe me, her mother put people in their place. She called them out. Oh, she was good for that. But anyhow, I was having a migraine and I didn't want to listen to her voice. And so apparently Okay, so this is my dream. As you can tell, it's very vivid. I'm trying to explain it all to you. I hope you're not bored by it because this really excited me. It was interesting. And at the end, watch the end because you'll see how it's like, wow. So anyhow, so he was talking to me, and so then apparently in the fuzzy part of the dream, I guess my friend apparently thought she was going out with this guy. But the guy says she's not I'm not going out with her. So this also was a friend that would try to steal my boyfriends away from me because they had money, I didn't, and I guess it wasn't much of a boyfriend if he crossed over to her from me just because I couldn't afford to buy him these luxuries that she could. But anyhow, so the guy said, I never dated her, I don't know what she's talking about. So then they called her name, and he went like to seat us, but he wasn't dressed like he was a host or something. So we went to the table with my friend's mom, her, the four of us, and my head is pounding like it is now. And so I saw this guy go around. No, he was talking to me still. Holy cow, I'm already long into this video. This might be a two-parter. But anyhow, so I'm talking to this guy, or he's talking to me, and he says, do you remember me from grammar school? I says, I do remember you. And again, I do not remember his first name. I do remember his last name. So he said, I had a crush on you all during grammar school, or they call it elementary school now. I said, wow, I didn't know that. I wouldn't know that. Back then, I thought boys had cooties. Except one boy. I'll tell you the first name was Brian. I'll tell you a story. Maybe I'll do story time this week about I'll call it love. It's not love. I didn't love this guy. I didn't even know he existed. And I wasn't like, in that group where, you don't know. I was friends with everyone. I just didn't realize. I talked to him and stuff, not on a regular, but I didn't realize. It wasn't like I was stuck up or anything. I just didn't know. He says, yeah, I thought you were so pretty. I couldn't even come up and, say that to you. And then my friend, again, we're in our 20s. She says, I'm dating him. I don't know what he's talking to. He's trying to pick you up. And me being me, I probably didn't even know, even in my 20s, that he was trying to pick me up. Or give me a line. Or maybe just tell me he liked me and he still does. I don't know. At this point. So anyhow, then she's telling me she's been dating him and da-da-da and all this. And I'm like, well, that's fine. He's just telling me he had a crush on me and that's it. And, also, what didn't make sense as the movie, as my dream went on, I was between husbands, and I wasn't in my 20s when I was in between husbands, so maybe I was in my early 30s or just barely 30, or in my early 30s. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Whatever age I was, it was between husbands when this dream must have happened. Because, like I said, my mom and I, no, we wouldn't have gone out then either. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a dream. So anyhow, then I see the guy go over and it looks like he's flirting with another woman. I thought, oh, he's just giving me the line and he's just flirting. Well, come to find out, so this friend of mine, her mom always taught her to marry and love for rich, not for love. My mom, well, she wanted me to marry a prince, so that didn't happen, obviously. She meant a real prince, not like a prince of a guy. But anyhow, the two people I married were far from a prince. The first guy was very good, took care of our family, supported us, and was, wonderful. But not a prince. She wanted a real royal prince where you wear a crown, when you're the queen. But that didn't happen. So anyhow, so I thought, oh, he's just a flirt. So then he comes back to our table, and he like stoops down, like, if a manager sometimes comes to your table and stoops down. I think I saw it when someone's having a problem at a table and the manager came, stooped down like lower than the level of the customer and, like trying to make it all right. So that's the only thing I can think of. So I'm like, that's weird. Why is he doing that? I don't know why I didn't think maybe he was proposing, because I always dreamed of someone going down on one knee and proposing to me, but that never happened. But anyhow, he said, oh, I'm sorry, I had to take care of a problem over there. I said, a problem? What are you talking about? Aren't you here to eat? He says, no, I own this place. And I'm like, you own it? And it was a beautiful restaurant, like a high-class restaurant. Again, my mom and I would never be there. In my childhood, we never went. I was, when I married, we didn't go. This was, I believe, the dream would have been, but this really didn't happen. It was a dream. Would have been between husbands, but it wouldn't have been because I never left my kids alone. But anyhow, that all doesn't matter. It was a dream. So anyhow, so he says, I was just taking care of a problem. And just so you know, for the record, and he looked at my friend, he says, we never dated, so hush up. So then he said, why don't I give you my number? I'll give it to you quietly. He was talking quiet, so you don't have a problem with your friend. And I'm like, I don't know. Now, it had to be when, in my dream, I was between husbands, because I wouldn't, well, first of all, I wouldn't be going anywhere. My life was my kids. So, again, it's a dream. So I wouldn't have left my kids home with, I never had a babysitter but my mom, and my mom was with me. But, after a while, my mom left, so I'm thinking, maybe I left the kids with my dad. Now, I did leave him sometimes, a few times, usually when the kids are smaller. So he might have been there, and then she left. I don't know how she left. Someone must have picked her up, her best friend, because I drove us there. But anyhow, so she wasn't there, and then another friend came in her place. Boy, if anyone knows how to analyze dreams, I'd be interested in this. So anyhow, so then my friend who is now there with me, another friend, she says, don't let her intimidate you. He told you he's not dating her. And, my friend and I were close, even though, what I said happened. And she didn't talk about dating anyone. We always saw each other and talked. So, she would have told me. She was wanted to tell me. So maybe she liked him. I don't know. Of course, this is all in the dream. This is not real life. So anyhow, somehow his number was on a piece of paper. Maybe he stuck it in the side pocket of my purse. I don't know what. So I guess for now we're going to leave the dream here and hope I remember, unless I just videotape the second part of the dream right after so I have it, so I remember. But yeah, that's the dream, and it was very, very vivid. So so it's the thing at the end. I said, listen to the end. It will be the next part at the end, because it's really, I hope someone knows how to analyze dreams, because it's really just unbelievable. But anyhow, so there's kind of not really love. I wasn't in love with this guy, but I guess he had a crush on me, so I guess a crush fits under the love category. And again, this is just a dream. And this is something from my grammar school days of someone who I remember him from my class. Can't put a face on him. Remember his hair, and that's about it. So I guess I'll do part 2. So this will be, I don't know the title, but I hope you enjoyed it. I know before, when I first started YouTube, everyone said they used to love I used to do a kitchen talk or sit down or chit chat or, something like this. People liked it. So I guess I'll try it for this week and see how it goes over. So this is part 1. Hope you're all doing well. We're supposed to have nice weather today, or so they say. Nice meaning it won't be, let's see, snowing, raining, thundering, all in the same day. So we will see what it will bring. But for now, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment below if you know anything about dreams, or do you ever have any dreams from your past? If they happen or didn't. Obviously, this didn't happen. And if you're not subscribed, because I look at my analytics and there's a lot of people that watch and don't subscribe, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. We're trying to reach 1,000 subs. Well, 1,100 would be better, so we could monetize our channel, which would be great. So please subscribe. It would really help us out. And be kind to people you don't know what they're going through. Pay it forward if you can. And be the reason someone smiles today. Make sure you smile, and be sure to share a smile. So for now, thanks for watching, and I hope you look forward to part 2 of this dream. Bye for now.